Okay. Oh, Miss Erica Thomas is going to share with us about the new Excel Eagles parent teacher organization. So I just gave you a big old spotlight, Miss Thomas, so everyone can see you. So feel free to unmute and share your joy. Thank you.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I've been working with a group of parents with Miss Dr. Jackson to set up the new organization. Right now, we're going with the name Excel Eagles PTO. We are working with a PTO at this time because of the oversight demands and lack of autonomy that we found with the PTA, but that's not set in stone. If we all want to get together later and vote differently, we could always change. We do have an email address up. It's excelEaglesPTO@gmail.com. I can put that in the chat at the end. excelEaglesPTO@gmail.com. Right now, we're working on the bylaws, committees. If you think of any committees that we may need, right now we are looking at maybe a volunteer committee, event committee, fundraising committee. Our first meeting will be September 7th at the school. So we will have our first meeting in person, and we're also going to try to do some recruitment events. So we'll have flyers up or sign-in sheets up so that we can get more parents involved if you want to join a committee or be a part in any way at the orientation and back to school night. That's about all we have so far.
That's it. All right, that was good. Y'all give Miss Thomas a round of applause. So, a few months ago and recently, I sent out a Google survey, asking. It was a parent engagement survey. How many people remember the parent engagement survey? You remember that? You remember? Yeah. Okay. So, based on the responses from the parent engagement survey, there were certain people that said, "Hey, I'd like to be a part of this leadership initiative." And so some information went out, additional people added on, but we had already sent some information out. But please note that just because you may have missed the initial gathering of leaders for the Excel PTO, that does not mean that you are not welcome to become a part of the leadership right now and here at this time. So I did put the, let me change this chat to everyone. Okay, there we go. Because I'm like, all the chats are coming to me. What is it? I think I should share the love. But my thing is default to set so that chats come to me, because sometimes things go into the chat that don't need to go to other people. But I trust y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. So I've reposted the email address, and if you would like to get involved on a deeper level, please do so. If not, it's okay, because we will have plenty of opportunities for you to engage in parent activities. I was saying when we had the meeting with Dr. Sheila Jackson, is the leader in PGCPS for parent engagement. And when we had our meeting, I was telling that research states that children who have parents that are engaged in their learning are more successful than children who do not have parents that engage. Now, we do know that engagement looks different. Sometimes engagement is invisible. Sometimes it's at home. I make sure that my child comes to school. I make sure that my child has all of the materials that they need for learning. They're on time. I have a space for them, make sure they get their homework. Parent engagement does not always have to involve being in the building, baking cookies and being a part of the bake sale, because that doesn't fit everybody. My mom was engaged. She wasn't necessarily that parent, because she was a single parent, but she did what she needed to do. So that's why I ended up, being somebody's principal. So just know that, we understand that parent engagement looks different for different people, but at whatever level it's going to look like for you, please make sure that you do engage. Okay. And so that's that part. Now, We, let me get this piece together here. Okay. We're going to participate in something called a Kahoot. And so I've been, and this is why I sent the email out saying, hey, I need you all to make sure as much as possible that you're on a desktop or laptop or a tablet, because we're going to play a game, and it's hard to play it when you're on your phone. Okay. So we're doing this to see how much you know or remember about Excel. Some of you all have been a part of Excel for quite some time, and you've seen some of the updates. Some of you all are newer, but you've been following along and coming to these meetings as well. This is not a gotcha. It's fun, y'all. It's fun. I needed to do this to make sure you had the information, and it wouldn't be just me running my mouth like I like to do. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. And for those of you all who would like to play, you're going to go to www.kahootit. And then you're going to it's going to ask you to put in a game pin, and you can put this game pin in. Now, where's my thing? There it is. If you are on a phone and feel like you can use it, I see Hazel Ray. You can get the QR code and try to scan it. If you have the device here, you got your phone here. Oh, I'm on my computer, but I have my phone. You can do it that way too. Okay. So the time is 6:15, and there's so many of us. I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes to join the game. And I do have prizes here. I have the wonderful gift cards that someone gave me that have been sitting around, and it's like not spending. Oh, all the people joining now. Okay, I see you joining there that their prizes. It's okay. These gift cards have been sitting and not being used, and I said it is criminal for me. It's like having money and not spending it. And so when someone gives me a gift card, I feel like I'm getting that gift card for me to use as I wish. So I'm going to use this gift card and give it to I should have another one around here somewhere. Wait a minute. I have another minute. Let me see if I can find myself another gift card to share with the top 3 people. Give me a second. And I'm still letting people in. My screen is off, but you can still hear me. I told y'all I like to run my mouth, right? Let's see. Oh, I found one. I told you I was going to have one. What's this? No, I can't have that one. I need that one. Okay. The time is 6:17, and we're going to start the game. And when I start the game, that's going to lock people out. They could ask me. Yeah. We're going to start the game in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm locking the game. I got in at the last minute. I think Heather got in. Oh, I didn't get in, Miss Southern. Oh, it's okay. Let's go, y'all. All right, are we ready? Here's the question. What time should students be in their classrooms? 7:40, 7:50, 8 o'clock, or 8:15? Ooh. Oh, I turned my camera on. The correct answer is 7:50. 7:50 a.m. Students can come in the building at 7:40, but they need to have their little selves in their seats by 7:50. Now, the way that this game is played, for those who don't know, is who gets the score right and who gets it right the fastest. So it's a combination between getting it correct and getting the correct answer in quickly. Okay, so let's see how we did. So we have Trina, Miss B, and Miss Carino. I see you, Monica Carino. Okay, and Trina. Okay, and Miss Wilson is running up. Miss Vilma. All right, so we have a nice combination of veteran parents and new parents. I love it. All right, here we go. Next question. True or false? Clear backpacks are required for middle school students at Excel Academy because we're charter. That says true. That's supposed to be false. I'm sorry. It's false. It's false. Clear backpacks will not be required at Excel because we are still a Prince George's County public school. And so the school system is making it optional. We are going to make it optional as well. Here's the thing. Y'all want to know the thing? The thing is, the superintendent has stated that he's going to reassess mid-year. And so you would have to determine if it's worth it to you to get a clear one now in case he does decide to make it mandatory, or to just say, no, I'm going to get what I want now. And then later on, if he makes it mandatory, we'll make the change at the time. Okay, so I apologize to my 26 people who actually got that right, because it's not required. We're still a PGCPS school. That's not a battle that I'm willing to fight. Okay, we have other things that we have to worry about. It was a little bit of a surprise to us, but you know, that's the ever-changing world of education. So let's go. All right. We're going to move to the next question. The rest of them are right. I promise you they are. It's okay to wear Crocs as long as they are worn in sport mode for your children. Can they wear Crocs? It's like, you see this little piece up here? When you wear it up, that's called sport mode. False. Thank you. It is not okay to wear Crocs because they pose a safety hazard for young children. They run, they will fall, they will bust their faces on our brand new, beautiful floors. We don't want that. So no, your children cannot wear Crocs to school. Okay, please make sure that they are in the PGCPS mandated closed toe shoe, black shoes. I know it's difficult to find black shoes, but the PTA, I'm going to propose that they take care of that a little bit later on. But right now, the uniform policy says black shoes, not boots. I don't care if the UGG boots are cute. They're cute. Rainbow, sprinkle, sparkle. If your baby comes to school in boots, have some shoes in the backpack, okay? Black shoes, no Crocs, no flip-flops, no sandals, closed-toe shoes. But thank you. Let's see how we're doing. Trina is over here tearing up. Okay, here we go. Next question. Quiz. The name of our charter operator is Seeds of Life, Seed Excel, the Seed School, or Seed Inc. This is how your children take assessments. They have these things called distractors. They look almost right, but not quite. You have to really, really know. I see some things in the chat. I'm going to address what's in the chat, but not right now. Okay. The operator is called Seed Inc. Okay. Seed Inc. is the name of the nonprofit you will be able to look up. The board, the charter board, is the Seed Excel board. I told you, distractors, you got to no. All right, how we doing? Okay, AS, I don't know who AS is, but I see you, Miss Early, moving up. Thank you. Good job. Here we go, y'all. True or false? The official method of communication for school is Class Dojo. We love Class Dojo. Now, y'all know we love Class Dojo. Miss Shepherd, okay. I see you, Miss Shepherd. True. False is the answer. That was a trick question. I know. Class Dojo is not the official method of communication. It is one that we rely on very heavily, and we do use it and encourage it and love when you use it. But that's not the official method. The official method of communication for Prince George's County Public Schools is email. Email. I'm not going to send your child's IEP through Class Dojo. I'm not going to send anything official through Class Dojo. To that end, when you want to communicate with the principal, not your teacher, the teacher's going to let you know. With the principal, you need to communicate with me via email, right? Because the principal sees every single solitary class and every single solitary section. And I don't go back and forth between the messages in those sections, right? It's a little overwhelming. Principal has ADHD. She tries to manage that very well. I can't do that in Class Dojo. But if you send me an email directly, I get that, right? So if it's something important that you want the principal to see, not the teacher, because the teacher says, contact me on Class Dojo. If it's something that you want the principal to see or the academic facilitator, make sure you send it via email. Okay. All right. Let's see how we did. Okay, Miss Shepherd, I see you still at the top. Miss Miller's coming after you, and Angela. All right, here we go. Charter schools are responsible for student transportation. True or false? Everyone should get this one right. Let's see how we do. It's the music. False. Charter schools are not responsible for transportation. That's a part of the agreement that parents make when they come to a choice school. Specialty schools like Montessori, language immersion, performing arts, they're different. We had that conversation in one of our last meetings. So for those schools, because they are still a part of the operation of Prince George's County Public Schools, those schools do get transportation. Charter schools do not. So that was a part of the conversation. One of the parents just posted something in the chat about transportation. So, and some different options. And we can talk about that as well, because I know that's something that people have been looking for. Also, while we're here on transportation, I do have a need and a request. I have one parent that lives in Clinton, Maryland, not far from Clinton Grove Elementary, who's trying to see if she can do a carpool. So if you're interested, please inbox me and I will connect you, okay? So let's go next. All right, Ms. Shepherd is still holding on, but now Angela is moving up. Okay. Jean B is the highest climber. Okay, Jean B, I see you'll probably be up next. Here we go. Next question. Almost halfway through. Our school's mascot is the blank. The falcon, the hawk, the eagle, or the owl. Let's see who's been paying attention. It's the eagle, the Excel Eagles. Eagles fly high. Thank you. It looks like most of you, I think the other people that didn't get it was an accident. It's okay. It was an accident because I know you're in your phone, the thumbs, it was a lot going on. I know you knew it was the eagle. But we are the Excel Eagles, and we have a brand new mascot that was drawn and copywritten by one of our graduating 8th graders from last school year. We're going to give him a name. We need to talk about what the name is. I have to talk with his mom, but very excited about that. And you will see that prominently. If you've been on Facebook and took a look at our pictures, you will see a picture of that eagle that he created in our new space. So let's see how we're doing. Uh-oh. Jesse's coming up. All right, Miss Early said, I'm still in it. I'm still in it. Jesse's back in the game. Here we go. School staff are mandated reporters and must report concerns about DUIs. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. This is true. So this is one of those uncomfortable conversations that I have to have with people. So there are various laws that have changed in the state of Maryland that allow people, private citizens of the state, to have organic substances that they imbibe with in their homes. And that is a legal thing, right? Here's the challenge that we have as a staff. Sometimes, not frequently, sometimes when children are getting dropped off in the morning, when we open the car doors, what my aunt calls the new cologne or the new perfume comes out of the car. That would necessitate a staff member would have to get in contact with said authorities because we're considered mandated reporters. What does that mean? If there's any evidence that there's some neglect or whatever happening with a student, we have to report or we could lose our jobs. And nobody wants to lose their job. I always tell people, I like my backyard. So if you decide that you're going to enjoy your legal substances, please don't enjoy them in the car. Okay? Wait till you drop the baby off and go back home and enjoy, because it becomes an issue. And then we have kids with allergies. The scent gets in the children's clothes. Kids are sneezing, becomes a whole situation. So we just ask that you consider that. You may not be able to tell yourself, but we just ask that you consider that as you determine how to engage in your recreational activities. I love you. I love you. I love you. But I had to say it. Okay. All right. Moving on. Thank you to people who said true. Miss Miller's coming up. Miss Early is jumping in. I see you, Miss Early. Zari's mom and Miss B. Okay. Norman is making a comeback with 3 in a row. Uh-oh. Here comes Norman. All right, we have somebody I need to let in. True or false? Students are considered late after 7:50 a.m. Look at his dad trying to brush his baby hair. Come on, boy. We got to get out of this house. Got to get to school in the morning. Baby is like, this hurts, sir. This picture had me cracking up when I picked it. This is true. Yes, 7:50 because the new time is 7:50. Remember we talked about that? We let them in at 7:40. They're supposed to be in their seats at 7:50. So I gave y'all the setup because I said they had to be in their seats by 7:50. So if they come in after 7:50, they're late. Okay. One little girl said to me, Miss Southern, I'm coming to the new school. I'm just going to be late every day. Nope, that's not going to work. All right. We do not select jobs and go to jobs that we say I'm just going to be late to this job every day. All right. It's in Pennsylvania, but I like the job, so I'm gonna be late to this job every day. We can't do that. Right? That cannot be tolerated and won't. And your children's grades will be impacted by frequent latenesses. We have not. That's not an area that we really zoned in on in the past, but we have to this year, just because of the status and where we, the status, the where we are physically and just as a building. We have a lot that we need to recover academically, and we cannot afford for students to be frequently tardy. So that will be monitored closely, and discussions around it will be held. Okay, so do what you need to do to get your babies in on time. That being stated, for those of you all who know, the first week or so of school, we're not marking anybody late because it's a new routine. It takes a little while, but once we get into our groove, we'll let you know, okay, hey, they have to be here on time. Okay, so we do give grace in the beginning and give students an opportunity to get used to the routine, but after a certain point, you know, children need to be in on time. Okay, all right, let's see how we did. Let me tell you, Miss Shepherd. Miss Shepherd is like, you all are not going to. Miss Shepherd, you are rolling. I love it. Okay, here we go. Zari's mom is moving up. Miss B and Angela, 13 plays just hit answer streak number 4. Y'all are rolling. All right, we're going to get through these 10 to 15. If I'm concerned about my child, my first point of contact is who? Who is your first point of contact? The teacher, Miss Bennett White, the counselor, or administration? All right, 2 people said Miss Bennett White. That's hilarious. I know it's so accurate. That's why I put it there. I told you it's a distractor. Administration, 3 people said administration. Look at me, hard pass. No, 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 no. Your first point of contact is the teacher. Why? Because the teacher can give you the information that you need. The administrator might not have even been in the building. We don't know. I'm telling you, we don't know. That's your first point of contact. Now, if you've been contacting the teacher, trying to get it resolved, it's not getting resolved, then you can roll it up to me or Miss Reese. Miss Reese is doing middle school. I'm elementary. I'm K through 5. She's 6 through 8, right? So if that's the case, then you come to administration. Hey, Miss Southern, Miss Reese, I've been contacting this teacher, emailing. I haven't gotten a response. What are we going to do? Then we got you back, I promise you. But please don't let us be your first point of contact. It's going to frustrate you because it's going to take us a minute to get the information. And parents want the information quickly, and we can't turn it around that fast. We just can't because we're not on the front lines. Okay, so save yourself some frustration. Reach out to your teachers first. Scoreboard. Okay. 5 players lost their answer streak. Oh man. All right, that's all right. I see you, Miss Velma. Miss Velma's been in there. I love it. Here we go. 11 of 15. First day of school is August 28th, 2022. True or false? My babies, distractors. Look at this right here. What does it say? 2022. The first day of school is August 28th, 2023. That is false. Oh man, they got the people. Let's see. It's okay. Just keep looking forward. Don't let anybody know. Don't tell on yourself. Okay, let's see how we're doing. Oh, Zari's mom moved up to the top. All right, couple more questions left. True or false? My child will bring lunch to school daily, so I will never get a bill for lunch. True or false? What is that? Macaroni? Is that a banana sitting on some lettuce? What are we here with this lunch? It's vegetables and 2 fruit. Your children will not get 2 fruits for lunch. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That's not going to happen. False. It says my child will bring lunch to school daily, so I will never get a bill for lunch. Let's talk about snacks. Let's talk about snacks, baby. Let's talk about you and me. So the lunch staff sometimes will offer snacks, and students will want the snacks. The snacks cost additional money, right? So sometimes parents don't think or don't know that their children are getting snacks, and then they get a bill. Miss Rogers will call you and say, your child is in debt. They're $33 in the hole on their lunch account. And you're like, wait a minute, my child brings lunch to school every day. Why are they in the hole? Because the baby's been getting snacks. So you need to have a conversation with your baby, or no, if you want them to get snacks, I think they're like, don't give me the line. I want to say they're like $1 per. If you want them to get snacks, then make sure you add that in for their account, even if they're bringing lunch. If you say absolutely not, never, 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 you can ask the nutrition staff to turn off snacks for your child's lunch account. That is a thing. All right. So just wanted you to know, because some people got thrown by that a little bit. Or it might be pizza day. You didn't know that they wanted pizza, and they get the pizza. They get the fried chicken. The fried chicken is my favorite. They get the fried chicken because it's so good, and you don't know, and then you end up with the bill. So just make sure that you watch that and monitor that. All right. Scoreboard says, Ms. Shepherd said, I'm back, y'all. I'm back. I'm back. Here we go. True or false? School staff are required to respond to your communique within 24 hours. The chat is popping, y'all. Goodness gracious. That is false. 18 people said true, 21 people said false. Staff are required to respond to your emails or phone calls within 24 to 48 business hours. Okay. So if you call on a Friday, if you send an email to a teacher at night, please don't expect the teachers to respond to you that night. And they might not be able to respond to you during the day, because they're at night, they're at home with their families, they're at work, they're in school. We cannot obligate teachers to read and respond to your communication at night. Now, sometimes we read it, but we may not be able to communicate depending on what's going on, right? But they are obligated to talk to you within 24 to 48 hours, business hours. But if it's a Friday night, don't expect a response over the weekend. If they do respond, please know that that is a grace that they are giving you. But if they don't respond, don't get mad. I sent you an email on Friday, you didn't send me it back. It's Sunday, ma'am. The baby's off. Okay. Give them some time. All right. If it's something urgent, it's an emergency, we will do our best to get to you. But if your child is safe, if their safety is not at risk, then please give them that grace to, again, 24 to 48 hours. Again, like I told you before, you get to that point and they don't respond, you send an email, hey, Ms. Southern, it's been 4 days, I haven't heard from Mr. Johnson. Okay, now it's time for me to go have a conversation with Mr. Johnson. All right, good job. Let's go, almost done, y'all. Ms. Vilma's coming up. Miss Miller and Zari's mom, and Rach. This must be Rach. Okay, Ashley's the highest climber. Couple more and we're done. Quiz. The school supply list can be found where? On Facebook, on the school's website, on Instagram, or all of the above. Aha, it's on the school's website. I did not put it on Facebook. It's not on Instagram. So it definitely wouldn't be all of the above. But the school supply list has been posted for about a month. Someone sent me an email today asking about supplies. I was like, oh, we didn't go back to the website. Always check the school's website if you have a question. That website is meant to be a resource for you as a parent so that you can get timely information about what's happening, especially as you get closer to the beginning of school. But I will be sending something out formal for you all so that you can access some other things, but it's definitely on the website. We're going to go to the website tonight so that you can see it, and you're going to get to see me change the backpack requirement in real time. Look at that. All right, scoreboard. She's hanging on, y'all. All right, last question, true or false? Excel Academy was able to retain most of its staff. Look at my babies, y'all. That's so cute. Look at Miss Anderson with the power fist. That's not what she was supposed to be. Her and Miss Taylor. It's cutting up. The answer is false. We were not able to retain most of our staff. Like our students, many of our staff members were not able to transition over. They have requirements with logistics, with childcare, sick spouses and parents and things of that nature. And so we did lose a good chunk of our parents. However, we have recruited an amazing, amazing team of teachers. Very few of them are new to teaching, just a few. Most of them are veteran teachers. They either were veteran teachers at another school, in another school system. We have 4 teachers who moved to the state of Maryland just to teach your children. So I want you to think about that. They moved here because they wanted to be with your children. So very excited to welcome them all. They're bringing a whole big burst of energy. And we're very happy to have them. So I want y'all to treat them well, give them an opportunity to kind of get their feet wet and get oriented to PGCPS and to Excel. But we're looking forward to having them. And so here's the podium. 3rd place, Rach. All right, 2nd place, Vilma. And 1st place is Miss Shepherd. And we have 2 runners up. And so I know who Miss Shepherd is. Let me write you down. And Miss Vilma. And Rach, I'm not sure who that is, but this is what I have. So what we're going to do is the 1st place winner is going to get to pick first. So congratulations to those parents. Yay. Yay, 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 yay. I need to view the summary here. Hold on. Okay, I got it. And it's going to show me the podium. All right. So I have an AMC Theaters card. I think this is worth like $10. Y'all, this is like, I have a Dunkin' Donuts card. And I have a Happy Eats card that is good for Jamba Juice, Panera, Dave and Buster's, Cold Stone, and Burger King. So we're going to allow our 1st place winner to have her selection of cards, and then our 2nd place winner and our 3rd place winner. So before we leave, I'm going to, I need you 3 to kind of hang on so I can make sure you get what it is that you need, okay? Ms. Shepherd says she wanted Dunkin'. I got you. Boo, it says Christmas, but guess what? It still works, Ms. Shepherd. Okay, all right. Ms. Shepherd has a Miss Vilma. Which one do you want? It's the movie card or the food? Movies or food? Movies or food? Food? All right, so we'll give you the happy card. And then Miss Rachel will get the movie card. All right, I got my notes. Now, Shepherd, Velma, Rach. All right, so just a few updates for you all. Like I said, and I did some updates with the staff, some members of the staff earlier. Everyone did not join the earlier meeting, and that's okay because again, it's the summer. They're not required to join the meeting, but for those people who like to have the information early, I like to make sure it's available. So, we didn't give that info yet, but that is on the website, Miss Tiana. So let's see, let me let a person in and still share. So yesterday, Miss Reese and I went to the property to take a look at the progress of the building. All right, so here you will see the opening vestibule. As soon as you walk in the door, not the students have a main door, but once dismissal is over, once arrival is completed, all the students should be in the building. We close the main doors, and then anyone who's late after that point will come in through the vestibule past Miss Bennett White's desk. Miss Bennett White will be sitting right in front of this eagle. Okay, so that is this area. Make sure I'm going the right way. This is Miss Reese and I in the multi-purpose room. You'll see the logo in the back, and you'll get another view of the multi-purpose room as well. This is the media center. Our media specialist who did join our meeting today, Miss Barkley, she's amazing. She'll be in one of these two offices, and our school test coordinator will be there as well. This is a bigger view of our multi-purpose room. As you see, it does have the sound blocking panels so that kids like to eat, they talk, bop, 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 bop. It's a thing because we want them to socialize, but we want to make sure that it's not echoing off the top. So we did provide these sound absorbing panels to help keep that down and keep the noise not as much in the hallway. This is the art room. This is the millwork for the art room, and you'll see the areas where the artwork is supposed to dry. The sink, of course, is storage areas. Another view of the multi-purpose room. This is some stencil work on the main hallway, and on the opposite side of that hallway is the showcase wall. So this wall is going to have artwork from past scholars of Excel that will be matted and framed and displayed on this wall. This is the music room where Mr. Boysaw will be. For those of you all who know Mr. Boysaw, again, more panels, right? And this is storage. Actually, he has two storage areas. This is on one side, and then there's one to the right of where you might see my cursor as well, but that's his room. And then we're back to the eagle, okay? There's some other past pictures that were posted of the property prior to us getting to this stage. But again, we wanted to just kind of put our eyes on the building to see what was going on. And so that was that. Now, the next link that I want to share with you all is the school's website. Yes. So here on the website, I'm gonna share my screen again. Information that you need for back to school. I think I'm just gonna create a back to school tab and then just put everything you need on that one page. But if you come down here, PTO people, we're gonna need to change this. Classroom supply list for school year 2024. Boom, we're going to come here. It says it can be accessed using the link below. And here are the lists. Now, this is going to look a little different for you than it's going to look for me because I have editing rights to this document. You see kindergarten, first, second grade, third grade, it says backpack with zipper, backpack with zipper, backpack with zipper. And then remember, it said clear, transparent backpack. Watch this, because this is how I roll. I'm going to make this change right now. Boop, backpack with zipper. 7th and 8th grade, 1 backpack with zipper. So that is changed. Everything else is pretty much going to stay the same. We try to keep it as uniform as possible. Anything you see down here is a wish list for classroom items. You are not, we're not saying this is a requirement. This is something that teachers are asking for just because we have, a number of students in the building. If you can support and supply these, that would be helpful. But if you can't, it's okay. All right. I also try to streamline the list for those of you all who were with us last year so that there wouldn't be as many things that were on the list that aren't getting used. So for some grade levels, mostly the upper grade levels, I did have to take some things off, but there's some things standard, like you see sketchbook for art, that's on every single solitary one. If this is your first time seeing the list, I do have hyperlinks to some of the items just so you will see what it is we're looking at. Some people are visual. You may say, oh, pink wedge erasers, what's that? But then if you go to the hyperlink, you'll see, oh, this is what a pink wedge eraser looks like. I'm not going to click on it because it's too much clicking. And then, oh, there it is. And then should you choose to do so, you could just pop it in your Amazon cart right at that time. If you would just want to see the list and then go to Staples or go to Safeway or go to Target and get your items there, do that. Here's one thing I do ask, please, and you may have seen this on social media. If you're going to buy crayons, please do not buy Rose Art crayons. They are ashy and they don't work, okay? And then for pencils, the dollar store makes the absolute worst pencils on the planet, the worst. So please do not, we ask for Ticonderoga. They don't have to be Ticonderoga, but those are the best pencils you will get, and they will last from now to the end of the school year if you get them. They sharpen appropriately and they do last, and they don't pop. Metal pencils, mechanical pencils need to stay home for all grade levels, K through 8. No mechanical pencils. You will not see that on any of the supply lists. Okay. All right. So that's that for supplies. You can peruse that at your leisure. Another link that, here we go. What else did I say I wanted to do? Orientation. So we ready for orientation, right? We want to come in the building. We want to meet the teachers. We want to see the space. Okay, so for orientation, guys, there are so many students who are new to the building. Generally, we only have orientation for new students and for kindergarten students. But for me, as far as I'm concerned, every single solitary student that's coming to Excel this year is new. Whether you were at Scott Road or not, you're new. So everyone should have an opportunity to get into the space and see the space themselves. That being stated, our enrollment target for this year is 486 students. So that's basically 500 students, right? And then if you count 2 adults with 500, that is 1,500 people plus staff that will be coming through the building. Now, I know we're not in a pandemic anymore, but if you know, like I know, COVID is back. It never really went away, but COVID is back. People aren't going into the hospitals the way that they used to, but my son's camp counselor sent me home with a box the other day and was like, somebody in camp got COVID. I need you to watch him. Okay, I got it. Not a problem. He's been negative, praise God, but it's back on the rise. So what we want to do is we want to mitigate having everyone in the building at the same time. So you're going to get an invitation to our orientation and parent tour. Now, this is the important part. The orientation is going to start at 8:00 a.m. and it's going to end at 3:00 p.m. That's a lie. That's a lie, Latanya. Go back. It's going to start at 8:00 a.m. and it's going to end at 8:30. All right. It is going to be virtual for most of you, just the orientation. That's where we talk about, okay, first day, parking lot, do this, that, kindergarten goes here, drop, kiss and ride, keep it moving, whatever it is we decide to do. We don't have a routine for that. So please don't ask, what's the parking lot? We don't know. Okay. We don't know yet. The parking lot isn't even all the way dry yet. They're still paving it. So we'll know by the time we see you for orientation, but we don't know right now. So the orientation is going to be virtual for most. It is going to be in person for one group. So one group, the first group is going to be in the building from 8:00 to 9:15. 8:30 is going to be the orientation, and then from 8:30 to 9:15 will be the tour, 45-minute tours, okay? 9:15, that first group leaves. We have a 30-minute break, get you all out of the parking lot, give other parents a chance to get in, right? The next group will start at 9:45 to 10:30, okay? That's the second group. 10:30 group, you leave at 10:30, gotta go. I'm sorry, we love you. You and me must never part, but you have to go right now, okay? 30 minutes, we need to breathe, get some water, get some snacks, and be ready to host the next group, which will come at 11:00. That group will be there from 11 to 11:45 and will exit at that time. And then I have to send my teachers to lunch, okay? I gotta make sure that my babies eat. Get ready for you and your children the next week, okay? So for orientation, we will also attempt, we need to find a system for this. We don't have it yet because we're not in the building. It's hard, y'all, it's hard. Attempt to sign over your children's devices if they need them at that time, all right? Some of you all are coming from other PGCPS schools with a device. That's fine, keep it. You're going to keep it for the rest of your child's academic career. If something happens with it, the county will exchange it and give you another one. If you were with Excel last year, our goal is to give you your child's device back. I don't know if it's going to work, but that's our goal, okay? Because we took all the devices. We said, we don't know who's coming back. This is what we're going to do, okay? All right, we don't have any exchanges right now. We're trying to just make sure that everybody has a working device. I see that question. We don't have any extras, y'all. We don't, okay? We have enough for the children that we have right now. We're ordering extras, but they're not here yet. And then for those students who were not with Excel or anywhere in Prince George's County, are coming in new and fresh, or if you were in PGCPS and you had to return your device, your Chromebook, then you will get a device coming in, okay? Our goal is to make sure that everybody has a device. If we can't get it done during orientation, we will have to find another structure to get it done within that first week of school. If your child doesn't have a device the first week of school, please do not panic. Please do not panic, okay? Why? Because paper and pencil still work, okay? They do, and they can still learn with paper and pencils. So we don't want to be so device driven that the children still can't write, because that's a skill that they're still going to need at 7:00. So that being said, I'm going to Uh-oh. That's not it. I'm going to share with you are the first group of parents to have this opportunity. You know, I did not send this out in the email. I said, I'm gonna see who comes to my meeting tonight. Let me let this person in. All right. In the chat, I'm going to put the link. Somebody just asked a uniform question. Check the website, dear. I think I said that. Where's my link? Okay. Orientation link is here. Let me be specific. All right. So that is a hyperlink to the Excel Academy open house and orientation. I'm going to share my screen again so you can see what it looks like. This gives you all of the information. Please select one time slot based on your child's grade level. If you have students in multiple grade levels or grade bands, you just pick one. You don't get to say, oh, I got a child in kindergarten, I got one in third grade, and I got one in eighth grade. One time, right? Pick one. You can bring the other babies with you, but just pick one. If you are attending, you should indicate your name when you get to that section. So there's one piece that asks you for your name, and then it says who's attending, because you could be registering, but maybe you can't come. You might send your mom to attend. So each student each family can have the student and 2 adults. That's it. Too many people. We got to keep the numbers down. Okay. Student, 2 adults, students who are registered at Excel Academy Public Charter School, registered students of Excel Academy. All right. So this says, please bring your child's back to school supplies that day. It says it only shows grades 3 to 5 in middle school. Let me fix that. Hold on. That means I didn't update it. Middle school. It sure does. Let me fix it now. 6. Thank you for that. 7. Told you I've been in Zooms all day, right? And 8. All right. Try it now. Refresh it and try it now. Okay. This will be an opportunity to see the building, drop off materials, and meet the teachers. Teachers will not be able to have extended conversations with parents and will still be planning. I told you I had to send them to lunch. As such, we ask you to keep your conversations brief and introductory to us have a hard 45-minute deadline. Thank you for understanding. So bring your babies' materials with you. Bring your baby's materials with you when you come, and then just leave them so you won't have to worry about them trying to transport those things during the day. The grade isn't going past 5th grade for you. It's still not working. Let me refresh it. Let's see. Let me see if I can attempt to. This thing is all jacked up, huh? Edit. Got one response. Okay, early primary should say K1, 2. Intermediate should say, oh Lord, I put it in the wrong section, y'all. That's why I changed the wrong one. 3rd, 4th, 5th, Grace. What did I say in the last meeting? Manage your expectations. Miss Southern is tired. 6th, 7th, and 8th. This time in the right section. And I'm going to refresh. Okay, try it now. Try. Who's gonna give it to me? You have to let me know if I did well. So yes, that is the orientation and drop. Did not work. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fix it. Make sure I'm gonna try to go through for each grade level, test it, and then I'm gonna send it out in an email because this isn't working tonight. And it's too late to go through all of this drama. All right. Last couple things. And then I promise that I will give you all an opportunity to go through your Q&As. Please also, okay, got it. This is a link to the emergency form. Somebody's emailing me directly. Okay, hold on. Don't hold on to the form. We're gonna redo the form. Okay, so you can stop on the forms. We'll go from there. This is the PDF to the emergency form. Please print that, fill it out, and have it ready for the first day of school for each of your children. Okay, that is the emergency form. And then the last thing, we were talking about parent engagement. For those of you all who have students, which all of you do, we would like for you to start the process of being a volunteer early, because particularly for those of you all who have younger students, we would like to get the babies out into the pumpkin patch or some such trip as soon as possible in October, but it is a 6 to 8 week expectation that we have the field trip packets in, and we cannot turn in the field trip packets without people who are verified volunteers. Okay, so if you are already a volunteer with Prince George's County Public Schools and you have a VIN, the only thing you would need to do is step 3 and complete your mandatory safety training module for the year, turn in your certificates, and then you're good to go. If you have not never done it, you would click right here where it says sign up to volunteer. You will get your login information. That's me, right? Because I'm already in Oracle. But it would get your login information. Then it would collect your volunteer application and take you through the steps to be a volunteer. It's about a 2-week process. If you start it now, you'll be ready on time for us to start submitting that paperwork, but we're going to start working on investigating that on our end first, so that when it's time to ask for parent volunteers, we will be ready. Okay, if you have clearance in another school system, yes, you do still. Is someone still? So let me hold on, because people still trying to fill out the form. I told y'all we're not doing the form tonight because I need to fix it. So I'm going to turn off the responses for the form. It's going to say this form is not accepting responses. So I will give me an opportunity to correct it and resend it. All right. But at least you have the information. Okay. So you can prepare. Day off on the 25th of August. So you'll be ready. All right. So this chat is jumping. I'm going to try to go all the way up to the top and see what happened. Okay, let's see. Excel Eagles PTO. For those of you all who missed that, here is the email address for our PTO teacher organization. And the first meeting will be on September the 7th in the building. All right, here we go. Ran a little late. We talked about the bus. Transportation is not provided for charter school. We talked about that. Enjoy the backpacks. There are a couple of transportation companies. So we partner with A&K Transportation to provide our families who were coming from the central area of the county an accessible way to get down. But I know that people who don't necessarily live in the central area of the county still need transportation, right? And so there are some private companies that are out there. We have not been in touch with any in particular. I will say that there is one that I have had an experience with, but I don't want to publicly malign them. So I'm not going to say the name. When I say experience, I say experience with my own child who got left at a school on the other side of town. And then they canceled my contract 2 weeks into the contract. So they come in, leave their things, and I just rip them up and throw them in the trash. But there is someone who also has a transportation company. I would say if O would be willing to support with doing some research on some additional transportation companies, that might be helpful. I know the other charter school PTOs that have their own social media pages, they post their transportation companies right there. We don't, because the one that we did recommend, we recommended them because they are already a certified vendor with Prince George County Public Schools. And so for liability's sake, if you are a vendor with the school, we know you have all of the licenses and things that you need in order to say that you're going to keep our babies safe. That's not saying that the other ones don't. They're just not vendors. But as a parent, you have the option to determine where you spend your money, right? There are also aftercares in the area that provide transportation to and from their sites, from the schools. And then, of course, Excel, we have our own on-site aftercare through our charter operator, Seed Excel, which some of you have already signed up for, but I don't think they're accepting any additional students at this time. We had a shoe question. You have to contact A&K directly regarding pricing. Students do not have to wear dress shoes. They're students. They have to run, they have to jump. And so dress shoes would possibly put them in another risky situation. So dress shoes are not required, just black shoes. Green light lunch payment system, not really understanding that question. Our lunch payment system goes through My School Bucks, which is a part of Prince George's County Public Schools. Every student gets an account, whether you bring lunch to school or purchase lunch, they all get an account with an account number, and they will punch in their number. It's a 7-digit number. They punch in their number to access the money that is on their account. Me personally, for my son, I load his account up at the beginning of the month, and then I have it set so that when he gets within $10 of his balance going to zero, it gives me a reminder so that I'll know to just load it up again. You know, sometimes he eats breakfast, sometimes he doesn't. Breakfast is free at Excel, but at his school it's not. So there's that. There are no gym uniforms. Did talk about before and after school. Miss Early, I see that. Listen, I got to do what I have to do. Wait, Miss Nelson, somebody said $1,000 for the whole year or $1,000 a month. That's not for the whole, what is that? Miss Keisha A. You said you got
It was for the month.
$1,000 a month for transportation?
Yes.
Transportation's not cheap, y'all, but $1,000 is outrageous. I'm sorry. For somewhere around $400 is usually the going rate for transportation. It's about what you would pay before and after care. You thought instruction starts at 8. Instruction, so they need to be in their seats at 7:50. We have morning convocation from 7:50 to 8 o'clock. So yes, but they do still need to be in their seats at 7:50. Okay. Uniform. Thank you, Miss Early. 1,000. Yeah, that's a lot. Oh, the faces. Y'all are cracking me up. The blue button. No. Oh, this is with us going through the game. I didn't do that. I didn't do it. I mean, I did kind of. I love y'all. All right. The discussion on clear backpacks, we talked about that. Before and after care, we talked about that. I love how y'all are just answering the questions for me. I appreciate y'all so much. Oh, school supply list. Oh, Rachel Clover. That's Rach. Got it. Perfect. And Ms. Vilma and Ms. Shepherd. I got you. We'll connect. Uniform colors staying the same. Yes, the colors are not changing. Everything else was changing. We didn't have the bandwidth to go through changing colors, number one. Number two, changing of uniform is a PTO, PTA procedure. It is not a school decision. It's a decision of the parents. So you all will have to make that decision. You can even decide whether or not you want the shoes to be black next year. I'm just saying. It's the shoe thing it's a lot. What's the amount for the bus? We talked about that. Very close. Okay, carpool. We have some carpool parents in here. I hope you all are getting each other's information. Uniform information is on the website. You like the pictures. We talked about the shoes. We don't have a map for drop off and no, not yet. Can older children walk to our cars if we park? Absolutely not. No. Have you been on Bach Road? Listen. Frogger. How many of y'all grew up in the 80s? So the last couple of times we've been up there to get on the property. We park over at the church because, they're working on the parking lot. Getting across the street is like putting your life in your hands. Absolutely. We cannot. No, nada. We do have parents who have children in the neighborhood, like really literally right next door to the senior citizens home. So we are in with the district and the police department about getting a crossing guard for those children who walk to their homes. But even that makes me nervous. The crosswalk has to be repainted. We are getting a speed camera up there, like Frogger. Okay, we can't do that. Y'all, if something happened to one of your babies, they would have to take me out. I would have to go out on early retirement. I'm sorry. Can't do it. Love you. No. Do we think we can change the color shirt? Again, shirt color change, PTO, PTA, talk to your people. Black backpacks, we talked about it. No, and my son had white shirts in high school last year. This year they changed gray. I was like, why I couldn't have a gray shirt? It was gray by the end of the year anyway. How do we get the wish list items to the teachers? You can drop those off on the first day as well. Tour the building, we talked about. Leggings under the skirt should match whatever color skirt they have on. School starting in 7:40 for all students. School ends at 2:00 for elementary, ends at 2:30 for middle. Carpool, share days. Did somebody inbox me about the Clinton parent? I wasn't sure. Yeah, I'm like this. If you could just email me separately because I'm trying to get through these. School starting in, can it be exchanged if it's old? That's the laptop. If it's working, we can't exchange it. If don't throw it up against the wall though. It's not working. And we get another one because so this is another thing that some people have had a challenge with. The Prince George's County Public Schools laptops and the Excel laptops run under different insurers. And so the replacement for the PGCPS laptops is much less than the replacement for the Excel. I'm saying laptops, but the Chromebooks, much less than it is for the Excel Chromebooks. right? So the Excel Chromebook, you basically have to buy another Chromebook. I'm just the principal. Okay. The PGCPS one, because they have bought, we have 55,000 students in the school system, minus yours. They bought 55,000 plus Chromebooks. Their insurance on their Chromebooks, their plan looks a little different from our little tiny itty bitty school, right? So that's the reason for the difference. So I'm going to ask that you all, when you do get, and we do have like bomb cases for every single solitary student, every single solitary Chromebook, but just remind your students that's not their Chromebook. So they can't be putting stickers on it and writing their names in magic marker. All that's not their Chromebook. It's on loan. Okay, they have to act like they're going to give it back because at some point they will, right? But we also have these heavy duty cases that your children will be able to put the Chromebooks in to protect them as much as possible. But sometimes kids, it's keyboard, right? They get the little ink pen, or if they're working on something with math, they may have a pen, a pencil, and they're tapping on the screen. That damages the screen. It may not look like it, and the parent may say, oh, it started off as a little crack, and then it looks like, Thor came down and thunderbolted across the screen. That's because the baby was tapping on the screen. Okay, that doesn't just happen. Or they did what Miss Southern did and had to replace one. And this was on a MacBook. I used to put a piece of paper in between the keyboard and the top of the screen. And then eventually it just went black. They were like, you can't do that. Okay, so take care of the Chromebooks. Elementary school student planner, if you click on the link, it'll give you an option of where you can find various elementary planners. Clearbook, we talked about that. Where will these links? I'm not quite sure which links. Somebody replied, thank you. Will we know sixth grade shirt color will change? You talked about that. Can you provide your own Chromebook? You could, but testing, the child can't use it because we have certain testing security protocols that we can't load onto your private Chromebook. It has to be the property of a PGCPS charter school or PGCPS public schools in order for that testing platform to be on your child's device. So for everyday use, yeah, but color the kindergarten uniform is on the website. We talked about school starting and ending. We talked about the Google form was jacked up. I shut it down. It wasn't working. I'm going to fix it tomorrow. Upper Marlboro carpool. Didn't work. Update for before and after care. Not quite sure what the update is right now. They do have names, but you would have to email using the information that's on the website because they don't come, they're not under me. Okay, Miss Wilson is gone. Bye, Miss Wilson, if you're watching this now. Thank you. Just became a volunteer less than a month ago. Thank you, Miss Jasmine. If you clear us in the school system, we talked about that. Accessing the online training. You can't access the online training until you have gotten your VIN. But once you have your VIN, if you got the background check and fingerprinting, it's good for the duration of your child's tenure in Prince George's County Public Schools. Like my husband, my son doesn't go to PGCPS anymore, but if he wanted to volunteer, he still could because he did it way back when my 19-year-old was in kindergarten. Right, so it's good forever. Carpooling rides and making a group me. I love it. Forms in the email, yes. The forms will come out in the email as well. Okay, group me. Laptops every day, yes. Oh no, more group me's a month. Colored uniforms each grade on the website. School instruction starts. We talked about that. 8:01 a.m. they're considered late. Let me just confirm, Ms. Triplett. Okay, I'm gonna get that for you. I got you. All seriousness, I'm gonna get that for you. What the shoes have gray, we talked about that. I'll send the slides that I shared from the last internal, like the last new parent meeting, because that had, and I was going to go through that at orientation, but I see you all need that now. So I'm going to, and I'm going to put it up also. I'm going to make a specific school page on the website so that everything will be in one place. Y'all like that? We like it? All right. Will we be told what area we have to go to? So the before and after care, when they begin to arrive and dismiss, will arrive and dismiss from the back of the building. Y'all see where I'm pointing? It's back here. Okay, so you'll go through the parking lot on, yeah, everything is opposite. You'll go through the parking lot on this side and then you'll drive around and the back door is somewhere around here. You'll drop off and pick up at that door. It won't be in the front, okay? If the bus is late, are students still considered late? So, let me think that through. I need to figure out what happens or remember what happens in comprehensive schools. But I'm going to say when, again, we do give a grace at the beginning of school because we know it's a mess. But sometimes we have private vendors for transportation that are consistent late, dropping off and picking up. So we can't not mark the kids late, but we have to communicate with you because you all pay them to get your children to school on time. You don't just pay them to get them to school, you pay them to get your children to school on time, right? So you would have to have the conversation with them about that. Mr. Uma, you remind me so much of my father-in-law. It is really scary. I don't even want to ask my husband to come upstairs and see your face because he would probably get emotional right now. I'm getting a little teary. Okay. School supply list, we talked about that. I did not say any color shoes, Miss Dorch. I said y'all may. So Miss Dorch, remember when Miss Dorch goes back with me from Lake Arbor. At one point when we were at Lake Arbor, the school uniform shoe was all black. And the parents were like, this is crazy. We can't do all black. We need to change the color. And so the PTO actually did change the shoe color back then. And I think the Flowers PTO changed that white shirt from white to gray for this year. So yes, light or stop sign. We talked about that. Bach Road is dangerous. Interested in carpool in Clinton area. I think that was, okay, that's the mom. White shirts. Ba-da-da-da-da. 200 for PGCPS replacement. Oh, wow. Okay. We talked about new students getting the laptops before and after care, waiting for an invoice. It's on the website. I will ask again, but we literally did talk about aftercare today and what that's going to look like. And you'll probably be getting some good news in the beginning. So make sure you listen out. Is there information from the last meeting that wasn't covered here? This is your first meeting. So what I can do is make sure that when I send this is going to be a full email, y'all. I have 3 recordings, this recording, the last recording, and the one before that. And the document and the Google form. They don't require updates on background checks because it's the updates automatically come to the school system. So once you're in the system and they have you, but they have you. It's like us. Once we get fingerprinted, we never have to get fingerprinted again. You're basically getting the same level of background check as an employee of the school system. So if something pops up, they'll, and it happened last year. People, what I say, imbibing, driving, get pulled over, walk the straight line. You walking sideways and backwards and twirly. It pops up. You don't tell your employer, Prince George's County Public Schools. And guess what? Your principal gets a phone call from security and has to pull you in the office. Hey, listen, look, you're going to have to go home for a little while. That wasn't me. That was not me. I'm just letting you know, once you're in the system, any updates, they will catch it. And even like things have happened with people in other states, and like, hey, this person's employment is on hold until we figure this out. They need to provide some documentation. It's no joke. Some people have gone through background checks with some systems and couldn't get through with ours. So be grateful. It's very thorough and very comprehensive. Okay. So just one background check, but it's $63 and something. I think we were trying to determine if we could get a vendor to come out and do them when you all have your first PTO meeting. But I think they sometimes require that we guarantee X number of parents will be there to do it in order for them to come out. So we'll try to investigate that to make it more convenient. Okay, uniform shorts, yes. Then, thank you for answering those questions. Aftercare, blah, blah, blah. Contact information, Ms. Lumpkin, carpooling around Landover, shoe colors, school supplies, provided. Landover, Hill Road, Club Kid, LLC is before and after care. Parents interested. St. Barnabas Road, Club Kid, look at that. Chromebook. If she has it, Miss Austin, if your daughter has her Chromebook from the previous year, she'll keep it. Okay, I think I'm at the bottom. If the child wears a dress, or they wear solid navy blue, if they're in, when students will get their lunch numbers? Is that what that question is?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay. We give them their lunch numbers their first day. The nutrition officer, the nutrition specialist in the building gives them to us. We give them to the students. Now, if your child was on free lunch last year, your free lunch application is good through September 30th. But you need to fill it out. You can't do it online. You need to fill it out as soon as possible so that it can get processed and you can roll over and not have any holes. Last thing before I go, I'm actually supposed to be in a Zoom about writing a will. The last thing, immunizations. Students who are transitioning from 6th grade to 7th grade, and students who are coming in through kindergarten, your students must have all of their required immunizations before the first day of school. If your child does not have, and we have evidence of them having all of your child's required immunizations, your child could be and will be, after a certain point, excluded from school, and they will not be able to come into the building until they have all of their immunizations. Okay, so immunize, call the doctor, get that appointment. Baby little, just coming in kindergartners, if you didn't have that physical over the summer, get it in. If you have a 6th grader going to the 7th grade, you didn't get that physical, get it in. And get the documents emailed to us. And we have a new nurse this year. She's very popular and very highly recommended. So I think you guys are gonna like her. Her name is Miss Williams. We'll get you her information so that you can send those documents to her just in case. All right, now that was that. I hope this was helpful. COVID vaccine optional, yes. Free lunch link because I'm always here. PGCPS. Application. Ah. Okay, that is the free reduced meals application. So that is that for that. No, Miss Mays, I don't have a number. I think someone posted the email earlier. And I will send the chat over also because there's a lot of good information in the chat. And I think you guys might want to see that too. So I will send that as well. Okay. Thank you for your patience. Have a great evening. Thank you for hanging in and playing my games. Miss Shepherd, Miss Parada, and Miss Clover. I will email you individually to find out how we can connect to get your cards. Have a great evening. Look out for a newsletter from me in the next couple of weeks. Okay. Enjoy this debate and have a good